Alright. Got the alternator worked out. We fixed that trans line. And now I'm going to put these plugs in. I'm just looking off this sticker right here on the truck. And we're going to gap our spark plugs at, what did you say, 44? 44. Now, I'm already taking this first plug out. And we'll see what it looks like. But I can tell you these plugs have been in here a while. I don't know whether these are original plugs or not, but take this first one out. It is sticky. We'll see what it looks like when it comes out. Stinks. You can tell that plug has been in there a while. It's not got a bad burn on it. It's not really saturated with oil or anything like that. Has an odor to it, like bad gas, but that's probably to be expected. Alright, we got all of the plugs out now. And I have one that come out, and we'll show those plugs in a minute. But I'm running a borescope down in here just to see what the inside of this thing looks like. If I can get this, there we go. Yeah, look at that. That don't look good. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it on camera, but there's some fluid down in there. It's hard to say if that's gas. I don't think it's water. However, there is a little bit of rust on the cylinder walls. The top of that piston is nasty, but I don't know what that fluid is down there. Let's take a look in one of the other cylinders and see what it looks like. That piston's upright. Let's go down into this one up here. Okay. The cylinder wall is definitely dirty. It don't look like it's scarred up too much. I wish you could really see the vision on this screen right here that I'm seeing. This cylinder wall don't look bad. The piston don't look bad. The cylinder wall really looks good on this one. I don't see any issues there, but this one back here, this third one back, it don't look terrible. This one here, that one there has definitely got some kind of fluid in it, and just little dots here and there, surface rust. I don't know. I may try to run something down in there and just see if that's old gas or if it's oil or what. I mean, make sure it ain't coolant. But right now we don't know, so I'll try to find something there to run down in there and take a look, see what it is. Here's the plugs that came out of it. As you can see, they're pretty crummy. The burn at one time was really good. None of them are really saturated with oil or anything like that. They do smell like bad gas. But you can tell these plugs been in here for, you know, years and years and years. They could have been in here, you know, since '85. I'll take a look down in these cylinder holes here. Oh, this one looks really good. That one looks amazing. And this one looks amazing. Nothing wrong with that. That one has a little evidence of some corrosion and some rust. And the piston's up back here, so we can't really get a good look on it, but we can see the top of the pistons. The tops of all the pistons look really good, but that one having that fluid in it, I don't know. We'll have to look and see if we can get something done in there to get a sample of that out, to see if it's coolant or what. There's definitely a puddle of it. To see what that is. But yeah, I'm gonna pour some marble mystery oil down in this thing. Alright, after thinking about that for a few minutes, I think what we're gonna do now, I stuck a zip tie down in there and pulled that out, and it was a little bit of water down in there. Now, I don't know, it's hard to tell on that camera how much water's in there. I mean, you could, you know, have a cracked head, we could have a blowed head gasket, or we could have nothing at all, and, you know, that could have been moisture that seeped in through the carburetor. But I think before we do anything else, I got Bubba putting the plugs in it now, and we're gonna put plugs in it. I'm gonna leave the plug out of that cylinder, and I'm gonna push all that out and just blow it out. And then we're gonna pull a compression test on that cylinder and see if it holds compression. That'll tell the story right there. That'll tell us, you know, whether we got, you know, a crack or a blowed head gasket, or we got nothing at all. So could be fat man, could be little boy. We're fixing to find out. So I'll go ahead and get the plugs in it. Me and him get the plugs in it. We'll get a battery in it. You know, kind of stop up these holes around here so we don't blow crap everywhere. And we're gonna pull a compression test, and we're gonna find out right now. So stay tuned. I'll be back in a minute. All right, you ready? Go ahead till I tell you to stop. Go ahead. Oh. That's over 100 that time. Yeah. Hold on a minute. I want to go one more time. Yeah, I will. I'll make sure everything in here is good and tight. All right, go ahead. Oh. It's not bleeding off. We're one mark over 100 on a cold engine. Some people say that's, you know, about common. And it's not bleeding off. I think we go to the other side now and check another cylinder and start comparing the cylinders to each other and see what we get. Alright, you can come out of there. Go ahead. It's just above the other reading on the other cylinder, so that's
good deal.
That's really good. You know, I don't know exactly where else to go right now with this. Of course, I will talk to the voice of knowledge and see what he says, but right now, I think we just go and put the plugs in it and see where we go. All right, went ahead, checked the compression on every cylinder in the truck, just to be sure. This is what we got. Number 4 is 120. And number 8 is 125, 85 on 7, and 90 on 3. These two right here are problems. 120, 110, 110, 110. These 6 are good. This one's dead on. This one's a little low, but still in spec for a cold motor from what we read. We're gonna have to investigate what's going on right here on 3 and 7. I don't know where we go from here. We'll consult a few people and do our research and see what the best plan of action is here. Could be doing a head gasket. Could be as bad as a cracked head. We don't know, but we do know number 7. It has or number 6 has fluid in it. Number 6 has fluid, and the rest of them are dry, but these are low compression marks. So we're going to look into that and see where we go from here. But still a productive day. We got quite a bit done. A few of the other smaller problems we took care of. We also checked the rotary button, make sure it was spinning good and no problems there. And we took the gas line loose, so we wasn't putting old gas into that freshly built carburetor. And we know the fuel pump's good because it's pumping junk gas out on the ground. It stinks terrible bad. But from here, I don't know, we'll see. We got our alternator fixed anyway, and I went ahead and left all the plugs out, and I've dumped each cylinder full of marble mystery oil. So we'll see what that does. We'll go from there. That's probably going to be all we do this weekend anyway. And that'll give us a week to recap, think about this, and plan out our next move, see where we go from here. But hey, that's it for this weekend anyway. Not a very good note to quit on. I quit on better notes before. That's for doggone sure. But hey, I mean, that's how it goes sometimes. If let's just say you do have bad head, cracked head, blowed head gaskets, it's not the end of the world. We'll we'll tackle it as we figure out what to do here and where to go with it from here. But anyway, you guys like, share, and subscribe. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button most definitely, and we'll see what we go from here, and we'll hit it again next weekend. See you guys. New developments in the Bronco. Now, this is totally my fault. It's my fault. I should have done this right out the gate, but hey, it happens. It is what it is. So last time when we left off, we were compression testing the engine. We pulled the plugs and found that we had fluid on 6 cylinder, had fluid in it. So and we started pulling all the plugs. You've seen the video. Well, since then, weeks went by. We poured marble mystery oil in last week after we discovered the problem with that one cylinder, compression tested it. So I went ahead and poured marble mystery oil in every cylinder and let it sit all week while I thought about it. So after letting blood sit in that thing, all week, and then compression testing it again last night, the compression did come up, but it didn't come up enough. We're still really low on compression. So at this point, probably best now for the money, the best bet will probably be just to rebuild this engine. So that's where we're at. Going forward from this point, we're going to get that engine out and get it on a stand and get it completely tore down. I hate it, I really do. It sucks. I should have pulled those plugs right out the gate. I should have pulled the plugs, I should have run a bore scope, and I should have done compression tests. But here we are. I didn't do it. It is what it is. Make the best out of a bad situation and get this motor out of here and keep moving forward. I know one thing, that really stinks. That's a hard hit. I was hoping to have this thing, on the road by spring, and now I'm thinking it will be spring before I get, you know, ready to put the engine back together. But, you know, like I said, it is what it is. At least that'll allow time to start on the wagon. That'll open up the garage, so when I need to change the oil on my Toyota, we can do that. But the motor looks good. It looks really good for a motor that needs to be rebuilt. So I'm just going to go ahead and take everything off of here. We'll start disassembling that. Me and Axel, and where Bubba is at, probably in bed. He'll be over here in a little bit. We're going to get the hood off today, and we're going to get as much of this stuff off around this engine as we possibly can. Start bagging and boxing everything up and go on from there. So, you know, hey, you know, bad situation is what it is. Move on, move forward, keep moving. All right, they're working on getting that hood off. We'll get the hood off first, and then we'll proceed with the motor. I'm not gonna probably show taking all the front belts off, because we've done did that once. We know how they go back. I may show some of it though. Axel's getting the bolts undone. Bubba's over there taking the ground wire off the hood. I guess that's for that little light. I've already got that wire disconnected. We'll go ahead and set this hood off and then proceed, because it'd just be easier with the hood off. We gotta take it off anyway. So yeah, let's see what we can get done right here. How you come with them bolts, Axel?
I already got one of them.
Now don't take all of them out. Leave one extremely loose, and the hood will slide back. Alright, we got the hood off, and now we're proceeding with taking everything off the front of that engine. I'll try to get you down here where you can see a little better. I'm using that masking tape to mark and write what everything is. Alright, we've been on it steady for about an hour now, all three of us here. We've got her pretty much broke down now. We've got most of our lines out of the way, and we're ready, really ready now to start on the exhaust manifolds. Alright, we've moved under the truck now. Everything up top I believe is took off, and Bubba just took the starter out, brand new starter, so that's good. We've got to go up in here and get this exhaust pipes loose. But if you look up under the truck right here, take a look. Look at those floor pans, really good. The frame is still in pretty good shape, fairly good. There's no eating rust. It's a bunch of surface rust that, you know, needs to be tackled. You know, gonna need some lube right there. But we're gonna get those exhaust bolts out and then take the trans bolts out and go from there. And that should be close to everything except for the motor mounts. We'll get those. Alright, putting the jack under the transmission. The voice is hooking up the hoist. The voice is hooking up the hoist. And we're going to start pulling this baby out of here. Problems, problems, problems.
I need to get down and I need to shove this engine over because you're starting to run this long.
Alright. Alright. Alright.
I'm good.
Watch that harmonic balancer right there.
That way this shield back is
Watch the air conditioning hose right there.
yeah, well, as long as it's going up and it comes forward, we can always go back and see.
We clear back there, Tyler? Cause I hear something crunching.
It's just that old
Oh, it's that old covering.
plastic. Yeah. Hold on. You got it back in line.
Just check.
Hang on. Alright.
That's that air conditioning. Oh, I see that vacuum line. Pull that. There you go. Right. Ready?
Yeah.
The inch will forward.
Alright, I'm free of everything back here.
Okay.
You're up in the air now.
We may have an issue.
No, we have no issue. We'll go behind it. Turn it sideways, Tyler.
We're ready to roll the truck back now, aren't we?
We can't roll.
Oh yeah, I
You
forgot.
gotta
I
roll this
forgot.
forward.
Yeah. Hold on a minute, Jimmy. Let me get on that first.
Yep, you got it through it. It's not, but we'll just take it sideways.
Alright, you're clear. You're clear.
Okay, let's take it now as low as we can. Make this a little fall.
All right. That does it for that. Wow. That was a.
That wasn't as bad as what you got.
No, that was a lot quicker than what I thought it was going to come out. One day I figured we'd pull it tomorrow, but got the gas tank out and the engine out. It's pretty good. I believe that'll be it for this time, and then next time we'll have it on the stand and start disassembling everything, getting it ready for the machine shop. So, like, share, subscribe. If you like what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button for us. See you next time. Well, the parts have to go to the machine shop. Now I've got it tore down right over here. I spared you having to watch me tear it down because there's any number of videos you want to watch on disassembling a small block Ford or Chevy. But here it is. And what we found, the block was pretty bad. Right here's one of the major things we found, this freeze out plug right here. You can see right there it had rusted through to a hole. Well, that's not good. That was one of the major things. As far as the heads go, the heads didn't look terrible. They, where the fluid was coming in the cylinder, can't really see any evidence of a exploded head gasket on either one of these heads. But I will say this, on that driver's side head, the one where the coolant was in the cylinder, those head bolts were a little bit loose. So, you know, that could have caused the blown head gasket. Overheating the engine could have caused the blown head gasket. The bearings looked worn, but not terrible. The cam though, we didn't have any cracked valves or nothing like that. Just a bunch of really worn parts, and you could tell that the oil had been in this thing for 100 years too. So now here's the cam. I'll set it up here on top of this engine. We can take a look at it. You can see right here, look at this wear. There's wear. Some of the lobes are kind of got flat spots on them. Probably not going to be able to pick all that up on camera, but this cam's wore pretty good. So that was an issue. the pistons look relatively decent on it. But I do have suspicions too that the oil pump wasn't working. And I say that because when we brought that truck in here, me and Bubba turned it over. I actually got it started for just a split second. I mean, it wasn't idling or anything like that. But, and you know, we turned that truck over a dozen or more times when we were checking compression. And when we took this engine apart and screwed that oil filter off, it was bone dry. You could tell right here that no oil had really been flooding into these heads, because I mean, look at this really look at this crust right here. I mean, it's just really bad. Like this right here, I mean, just really dingy. Look at that. And both heads, but you can see the valves look, you know, okay. This one here needs to be cleaned up a little bit. And then this head here, valves don't look terrible, and the head gasket really don't look terrible. So definitely needed a rebuild though. So the block, we'll send the block off here local, and the heads. We're going to have the heads done and the valves done. As far as the block goes, I don't know if it will have to be bored. The cylinder walls don't look terrible in this block. That don't mean nothing. There's a little scar in this one right here. This side over here looks pretty decent. They're pretty slick and smooth. Nothing really crazy in there to talk about. So I don't know, I mean, may have to be a 10 over job. He'll know that better than me, so could be a 10 over job, could be, you know, just a home job, we'll see. Hopefully just a home job, because I don't really want to be boring this thing way over. I'm going to have them put in new freeze out plugs while it's at the machine shop. Of course, they'll take clean up the whole block and all that. We'll have them press the pistons on the rods. We'll have the crank polished, took care of. Going to have everything vatted. I'm going to take the block, the crank, the heads, the oil pan, intake, valve covers, have all that vatted while it's there and cleaned. So when it comes back, it's really clean, ready to go back together.